We are gathered here this evening to celebrate the marriage of Jennifer and Andrew. Today is the day that they will formally and publicly make their promises to one another. Although this is indeed a high point, marriage, of course, is a journey, not just a destination. Marriage is more than any single event or promise. It's a series of decisions that have been made and will continue to be made that shows each the care and concern for the one they each love most in the world. Marriage is a promise that is renewed daily through a couple's actions, and it is a responsibility taken on in the spirit of faith and hope and love. It brings comfort in times of sadness, and it heightens our greatest joy. I will ask you now if you are prepared to make these promises. Jen, have you come here today of your own free will to take Andrew to be your husband, that you may live together as equal partners, sharing in all that life has to offer?
I have.
Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him all the days of your life?
I will.
Andrew, have you come here today of your own free will to take Jen to be your wife, that you may live together as equal partners, sharing all that life has to offer? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her all the days of your life? Jen and Andrew, may the promises that you make this day live always in your hearts and in your home, leading you through a lifetime of happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, Jen and Andrew would like to begin their ceremony today with a special reading that they have chosen. It's a selection from The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. Connor, will you please honor our bride and groom by reading this for us?
What is real? Asked the rabbit one day, when they're laying side by side near the nursery fender, before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you with a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you're made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time. Not just to play with, but really loves you. Then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has all been loved off, your eyes drop out, and you get loose in joints and are very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand.
I love how that passage speaks to how we don't expect each other to be perfect, but we just love each other with all our flaws and everything, and that clearly is you. I'm going to ask you to face your guests for a moment. Jen and Andrew would like to take a moment to thank all of you for being here with them today and for supporting them through everything it has taken to make this day a reality. They wanted you all to know the deep appreciation and gratitude they feel in your hearts for this. All of you are the most important and have been the most influential people in their lives. All of the time and conversations that you have had with Jen and Andrew, even before they met, have helped to make them who they needed to be to first find themselves and then find each other. You have shared in their best and in their worst days, and you are an irreplaceable part of their yesterdays, their today, and all of their tomorrows. For all of you are amongst the greatest gifts that life has given them. You are the ones they call family and friends. I'm sure you didn't realize this, but when you accepted their invitation to join them here today, you accepted also a very special responsibility and a role in their lives. So I will ask you now, do you promise that you will do everything within your power to support them in their union? That you will encourage them always to seek the comfort and strength of their togetherness through the storms and stress that life will bring? And will you use what you have heard and seen here today to remind them of the beauty and the joy they shared this day, and that it was meant to last a lifetime? If this is your promise to this beautiful couple, please answer now with, we do.
We We do.
See, they sound like they mean it too. Jen and Andrew, today is a public affirmation and acknowledgement of all that you are to each other and supported by these wonderful people who love you so much. Take you back. Would like to invite Victoria and Jessica. Please join us up here to read a paragraph called Union by Robert Fulghum. These are some wonderful words that describe the journey that Andrew and Jen have taken to arrive until this point.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, over a meal, or during long walks. All of those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. All those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe. All those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding.
The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things we've promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. For you've learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Jen and Andrew would like their mothers, Mona and Karen, to honor them by reading one final passage. It's only fitting that the last people to offer them, tissues are coming out. It's only fitting that the last people to offer them loving guidance as single people are the people who guided them along this journey to find each other. This passage is called The Art of Marriage by William A. Peterson. Mona and Karen, please join us.
Spoken like a teacher.
The little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you. Okay. It is remembering to say, I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking each other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue throughout the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together, facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy.
It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the husband to wear a halo or the wife to wear the wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. And it is giving one another an atmosphere in which each of you can grow. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. This is the art of marriage.
May I have the rings?
He was a kid.
The ring finger of the left hand is used for the wedding band because not only is it the side of the body that holds the heart, but because there is a vein that runs directly from that finger to the heart itself. These beautiful bands are unbroken circles, symbols of eternity with neither end nor beginning. They are to remind you not only of the endless love that you possess for one another this day, but of the precious gift of trust, honesty, and commitment that you place in one another for all of your tomorrows. Jen and Andrew, from this day forward, you will wear these rings as a sign that no matter where you go and whatever you do, there's someone in the world who loves you more than anything else, whether near or far, is always by your side. As you place the wedding ring on each other's hand, may it remind you of the precious gift that God has given you to make your lives complete. Andrew, do you take Jen to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you vow to love her and care for her for as long as you both shall live? Do you accept her with all of her faults and strengths and offer yourself to her with your own faults and strengths? Do you promise to help her when she needs help and to turn to her when you need help? Do you promise to be a faithful and loving companion and to always put the promises you make this day above all else?
I do.
Will you now place the ring on your beloved's finger and repeat after me?
I, Andrew,
Take you, Jennifer,
take you, Jennifer,
to be my wife
to be my wife
and partner
and partner
in life,
in
love,
life,
and all things. Jen, do you take Andrew to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you vow to love him and care for him for as long as you both shall live? Do you accept him with all of his faults and strengths and offer yourself to him with your own faults and strengths? Do you promise to help him when he needs help and to turn to him when you need help? Do you promise to be a faithful and loving companion and to always put the promises you make this day above all else? I do. Please place the ring on your beloved's finger and repeat after me. I, Jennifer.
I, Jennifer,
Take you, Andrew.
take you, Andrew,
To be my husband and partner in life, love, and all things. Jennifer and Andrew, may you always see and encourage the very best in each other. May the challenges that life brings your way make your marriage grow even stronger. May you always be each other's best friend and greatest love. You are now, as your hearts have always known you to be, husband and wife you may consider.